Hello, my friends, and if I haven't had a chance to meet you yet, my name is Jason Morones. I'm the college and family pastor here at Rose Drive Friends Church. You know, here at RDF, we really believe that living missionally, where we work, live, and play, is a paradigm that unleashes the gospel in our time. Simply put, we don't believe we should just go to church. We really believe that we should be the church. The challenge is that many of us didn't grow up thinking that way. In the past, churches really did a great job of gathering people and being the center of community activities and events. And it really worked. It gathered a lot of like-minded, very similar types of people. But after a while, people began to look around and say, well, what about the people who don't believe like us? What about the people who aren't like us at all? What about the people who are just a little suspicious of faith, or maybe a little suspicious of the church as an organization? Where are they? How come they're not here with us? And it was a great reminder for people to begin to think once again as the sent people that they actually are. That is to say, we simply live our lives among people that may not be exactly like us. And people see maybe our strange customs, our songs, or maybe our different values. And as we do this, as we simply live our lives the way God's calling us to live, people begin to see a living example of who God is, a living example of his compassion for the world. But the truth is how can we do this if we haven't seen this modeled ourselves? Well, I'd like to help with that. Several times throughout the year, I would like to provide a training, just some simple resources and encouragement to you and your family. I'd like to call it a family missional moment. So in these family missional moments, I just want to simply provide you with some ideas and instructions and resources of how you and your family can be good news wherever you happen to live, work, and play. And the first one I'd like to start off with is I'd love to encourage you to do a neighborhood Easter egg hunt. This idea comes from John and Teresa Miller, longtime Rose Drive attenders, and they just happen to be my neighbors. 3 years ago, Teresa went to a handful of our neighbors and asked them if they would like to participate in a neighborhood Easter egg hunt. And all they had to do was simply put eggs or hide them in their front yard, and she would do the rest. They loved it. They thought it was a great idea, and they did it. And the day came, and 50 people showed up in our neighborhood, all connected to our neighbors in some way or another. And there we were, just following the kids from house to house, loving the fact that they were having a great time. But as the parents followed the kids, we just started talking. We started getting to know one another. It was a great time. At the last house, our neighbor made some homemade cookies and lemonade. And there we were, just a great afternoon, eating cookies, drinking lemonade, taking pictures of kids in their Easter outfits and their baskets. It was a great time. I know what you might be thinking. That sounds like a lot of work. Well, you're right. It will be a little bit of effort, but not as much as you might think. When Teresa threw out that idea to her neighbors, they jumped on it immediately. They wanted to know, how can we help? How can we contribute? It ended up being not much work for Teresa at all. So click on the link below to see a letter from Teresa that gives simple instructions of how you might do this in your neighborhood with your family and your friends. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you enjoyed our first family missional moment. More importantly, I hope that you will prayerfully consider taking a next right step of being good news to wherever you happen to live, work, or play. See you next time.